Hi guys, so a quick continuation of Let's All Go on Holiday. I need to clean out the emergency water bucket. So if you watched my video on water shortages, you'll know about my emergency water bucket, which is usually kept completely full and usually a lot cleaner than this. But water's been pretty good recently, and so I haven't really done a lot of clearing out. So I need to wash out the bucket, disinfect it and refill it. So this is the water that we use when there's no water coming out of the taps. You can use it to put it in the drinking water filter, and you can use it to wash yourself with, although I usually keep it a lot cleaner than this. And then once it's dirty, you can throw it down the toilet to flush it. So it's really important to have a bucket of emergency water if you don't have a water tower. So you can get a water tower, a great big sort of a reservoir that you can use when there isn't any water, but they're really expensive. So most people just keep a bucket of reserve emergency water like this. Help me, help me. I've done nothing of any use since I got back from the shops except wash out the water bucket. That's the only productive thing I've done this evening. And instead I brought some pizza home. So I ate the leftover pizza and the chocolate cake I got at Inzora, which was really good. And that's the only thing I've done this evening, and now I'm panicking because I have got so much to do. I'm standing in an empty house and that needs to change. I need to put everything back. I need to consider packing, and I've got so much washing to do, and because it might be raining, you know, before I go, I think maybe I should just put it in the wash tonight and hang it up in the spare room and hope that it dries. Okay, I've gone from feeling like I'm on top of everything to feeling like I'm in control of nothing. So I kind of need to do something now. It's about 8:30 at night, so yeah, maybe I should get on with that, okay? Let's start with the unpacking, and let's start with the bookshelf. Once the books are back in place, everything else follows. So I'm washing everything that comes out of storage just to make sure that I don't bring any pests out with me. It was so beautiful. It was sunny, bright this morning, so I put everything out on the washing line. It started to rain, so then I brought everything back in again, hung it up over the mosquito nets. And the minute I brought everything in, it went back to bright, bright sunshine again. So I put everything out again, and now it's raining again. So you can see all of the rain down there behind me. And I'm just waiting to see if it's going to be a full-on downpour or if it's just going to blow over like the last lot did. I'm just really, really tired. You know, I could have done without this because I'm spending the whole day running in and out, because I can dry a lot of stuff inside, but if it's really, really wet, then it just smells bad and you have to wash it again. So Honestly, I could really just have done with one day of sunshine today. So I've got this, which is, it's a spin dryer, but it's really, really bad. It doesn't work very well. So stuff comes out still very damp. And if it's just damp, it dries in the sun quite quickly. But when it's properly wet, it's not dried properly. If you hang it up inside, it just stinks by the next morning and you have to put it out again. Tumble dryers really aren't a thing here, because usually you get a day with enough sunshine to dry your clothes, but it looks like it's going to be like this until I leave for the plane. So I'm panicking because I've got so much washing to do and I don't know how I'm going to get it all done. Right, I thought that would be a nice easy day where I'd just hang up my washing outside. It'd be nice and dry by the end of the day. But instead I spent the entire day hanging washing out, bringing it back in again, hanging it out, bringing it back in again. Thankfully, because I've got proper mosquito nets, square mosquito nets, I'm able to just hang up my clothes in different rooms in the house. So that helps. So thankfully most of the sheets and bedding is dry, and I managed to get a duvet dried. But yeah, it's a lot. It basically rains just long enough to soak all of my washing, and then I put it through the spinner and I put it out again and it rains again. I'm starting to feel a bit hangry, so I'm going to do some noodles and some vegetables, and hopefully that will make me feel a bit better. I think I'm just also really stressed because nothing's in the right place in my home at the moment. I go to find something and it's not there. My cats, I love my cats, but there are 4 of them and they're underneath my feet constantly. It's like wherever I want to walk, they want to be there. Hi guys, 2 days before I fly, my housekeeper Claudine has been in today and she's washed down the floors and the surfaces to make sure that there's no residue left from the fumigation. I am trying to keep everything clean before I go because it's quite hard to keep my kitchen clean because there's no indoor sink or sort of sink area in the kitchen. If I want to do my dishes, I have to take them all out into the garden and use the sink out the back. So I'm trying not to mess things up, so I've decided to order takeout and I'm about to sit down to the most unhealthy meal that I've had for a really long time, and I am so looking forward to this. So I've just ordered from Mr. Chips. I've got a bottle of Coke, I've got a crispy chicken burger, and this is Canadian poutine. So I am just going to stuff my face tonight, and once I finish this, I'm going to start putting the house back together again now that everything's clean. Okay, so spent the afternoon putting the kitchen back together. In fact, the whole house back together. And I think it's looking rather good. Okay, I've just had a little look inside this water filter, and those candles definitely need to be boiled. And as if I haven't created enough work for myself with the fumigation, I've just noticed that my succulents are looking a little bit crowded. I began with 3 of them, and I didn't realise that they just keep duplicating. And before you know it, you have hundreds of them. And in all good conscience, I don't think that I can really leave them like this. I think they need a little bit more space to grow. My favourite one is just down inside here, and it's getting absolutely overcrowded. So let's see if we can rescue it. I'm wondering what would happen if I planted them in the actual garden. But I don't know. And I could come back in a few months' time and find that they are taller than the house. So I'm not too sure. Yeah, this one's my favourite just because it's such an unusual shape and it's the only one that hasn't replicated yet. So I'm going to try and give it its space and see what happens. Oh my goodness, I tried to get this huge one out and then I realised that it all seems to be one root system. So that appears to be joined to this. I can't seem to separate them. I don't want to damage it. So I'm just going to take the whole thing and I'm going to plant it over here because I've got some not great soil just over here, and I don't think that they need really good soil. They appear to just grow anywhere all of the time. So I've put my special one over there, and I'm just going to put that in the garden and see what the hell happens. I feel a bit bad about it, but it's a bit late to put it back now, and it's really outgrowing that tub. Okay, so I've literally just put that in the ground, and Jazz is already digging it up again. To be honest though, it doesn't seem like anything really kills succulents. They just, oh yeah, no, you're helping as well. Yep, that's really helpful. That's really helpful. Thank you very much. Oh no, come on, Jazz. Are you fertilizing it? Oh no, I cannot believe you've just done that. Oh my God, I'm sorry, viewers, I'm sorry. Oh, Jazz, I can smell that from here. What do you have against succulents, mate? What do you have against succulents? It's going to keel over and die now. Some of the leaves have broken off, and I'm afraid to throw them on the garden because they usually just start growing into another plant. There's even a tiny, tiny one starting to grow in here. Okay, so I've repotted most of these with as little trauma as possible, and my conscience is a bit clearer. I feel like I can go on holiday now and they won't be suffering. Except maybe that one. That one is suffering. Got the cat blankets out to dry. So other than my bedding tomorrow morning, I think we're done with the washing. Hooray! Oh my God, guys. Wow, what a day. Excuse me whilst I open a very large and satisfyingly sized bottle of Skol. Whew. I'm happy though. I head to the airport at about 9 o'clock tomorrow night, and I'm feeling like I'm on top of everything, and I didn't this morning, so that's a win. I have spent the whole day resetting the house and it looks really lovely. I've just kept the essentials that, you know, my house sitter's going to need to survive, so the cutlery, the plates, what else, printer, stuff like that, books. So I've reset the house and I love how minimalist it is. I'm usually a complete mess monster. So my storage room is an absolute train wreck. I hope nobody looks in there. But when I come back, I'm going to go through the storage room, and as I take things out, I'm really going to ask myself, do I need this or can I gift it to somebody? So I'd like to try and keep the house as lovely as it currently is, because it really is nice. Few other jobs I didn't realise were so urgent and that I had to do today, which were clean the water filter and boil the chalk candles, and repot the plants. I didn't really have that on my list of things to do, and then as I was pottering around putting everything back, I kind of looked and I went, oh no, I should really do that. So I'm feeling really good. So I've got a few more things done than I was expecting. Managed to print out my tickets, and yeah, I'm feeling set. So the only thing left to do tonight is to start packing. Now I've got all of tomorrow to finish packing, though I do have to do a few things tomorrow, like drop off the motorbike and show my house sitter around the house. So I might just start doing a bit of packing tonight. I'm still not sure if I'm just going to take carry-on or if I'm also going to take a check-in bag. I'll explain that later, it gets a bit complicated. But for now, I'm going to drink a beer because I have earned it. And I am going to order some food. And I'm not sure what I'm going to have tonight, but I definitely need to have some food. Okay, so this is my takeout tonight. Yesterday's was awesome. Today, not so much. I decided to try a new place called Envision. The cafe looks incredible from the outside, but I've never eaten there, so I thought I'd try it. This looks quite good. It's a pizza, but I really kind of ordered that for tomorrow for breakfast, so I don't have to dirty up any plates. So this is a coleslaw. I was really hoping for a bit more than that. It looks like it's just chopped up cabbage, to be honest. It doesn't look like anything special. But I've got a lot of chips. I'm sure they're fine. Let me try one. They're very soggy. But I'm really disappointed with the chicken. I don't think I can eat that. I think you could probably bounce that off the floor. So I was really expecting the chicken to be something amazing, the crispy chicken. And I've had a little bite. It is totally overcooked. It's completely flavourless. And I definitely wouldn't order it again. So really disappointed with that, with the coleslaw and the chicken. Chips are soggy, but you know, you can fry those in an omelette. I'm hoping this will be better. I'm going to give it a little try. But that's mostly was going to be my breakfast. Yeah, it's okay. It's nothing to write home about. So this is why I don't usually try new restaurants, because they're often not great. I tend to have one or two that I stick with because you always know what you're going to get with them. I'll probably do a different video about that when I come back to Rwanda. But yeah, I mean, it'll do. It'll do. It was delivered to my door, so it'll do. I just tried the coleslaw and something is off. I don't think it's the cabbage. I think it's the mayo, but it's seriously off. Okay, well, at least I have beer. I have beer, and tomorrow I will order something from one of the vendors that I like. So guys, this is my dilemma. Do I take the carry-on case only, or do I take the big case? I am really struggling to decide. So yeah, I mean, this is the big problem. So I thought that when I got to Brussels, I'd have to take an EasyJet or a budget airline across to the UK, and they usually only allow you 15 kilograms, like a carry-on case. Whereas with Rwanda to Brussels, you get 40 kilograms. Now, I haven't got 40 kilograms of stuff to take with me, but I might have maybe about 20. But the thing is that once I get to Brussels, I've decided I'm going to take the train to London because it's actually cheaper and faster. Go figure. So it only takes a couple of hours to get to London by train from Brussels. So I've decided to do that, which means I don't really have the same baggage restriction and I could take a larger bag. Now, coming back to Europe, I am coming to The Hague with my cousin, and we are taking EasyJet, but I've already paid for sort of the 20 kilogram check-in, just because my cousin wanted to buy some clothes, so I thought, well, you know, even if I don't use up that amount, she can put her clothes in the suitcase, and it's always a good idea to have a decent suitcase, because if I take the biggest suitcase, I can leave it with Harris and Rob, and then I can fill it full of like really nice things like pesto, There's a real pesto shortage here. Pesto and other nice things, maybe some clothes when I'm coming back on Rwanda the other way, because I won't have baggage restriction. So that all makes sense. Like at that point you're thinking, well, yeah, sure, if you haven't got baggage restriction, take the larger suitcase, because at least then I can put my liquids in there. So like I can put my face cream, maybe some shampoo, I can take everything that I want to take. But if I only take the carry-on, then I just get off the plane and I go to the station and it's really straightforward. Whereas if I take the larger case, then I do have to wait for it to come around the luggage conveyor belt and, you know, and then carry that across town. So I don't know, I'm kind of edging towards the larger suitcase, but I don't, because something in my head is just saying, oh, wouldn't it be really nice just to have a little carry-on that you can just whiz around wherever you want to go with, and it's like not difficult. But I am notoriously a really dreadful packer. I am not good at packing light. I literally, I pack for a zombie apocalypse and then add a little bit extra in case. Yeah, I'm one of these people who sort of sits there going, oh, should I put it in? Should I not put it in? Yes, I'll put it in. You know, I'm really bad at just like leaving stuff that I don't need. But maybe this would be good exercise for me. Maybe I should really try. I don't know, you tell me, are you a light packer? Are you good at packing light? Or are you like me and you like to take absolutely everything with you just in case?